The thing is, in theory, Yoru covers up the fact that you don't have a Sentinel with the fast rotate. That's the thought process. But obviously, if you use both your TPs early, then you can't get there. Or, I mean, so it kind of just depends on how you play against it. T1 against DRX, and yeah, so I mean, we get to see the no Sentinel on defense, so it might struggle a little bit. Again, I want to see slower play from DRX eventually. Not for the pistol, not for the anti-eco. Don't really care about those 2 rounds in terms of like macro play, but for the actual big rounds, they gotta make sure that they time this out and they create a lot of question marks of where they could have got to in the map.
Trying to work his way through so that Yoru utility, just a flash, available for him. Cleared the dart. Sheriff at the ready for Carpy, but it gets dropped immediately at Mako.
Holy hell, Mako just solo holds.
Xcure will try to stabilize with the Cascade, but he's so low on
and
health.
they split over towards site on this, and you would imagine Xcure is absolutely wrecked here.
He just wants to buy time until his teammates arrive, but Side player can't land a shot. A single one onto Buzz, and Foxy 9 will get another. And it looks like it's all down to Rossi. Picks up the Sheriff. He can land the shots. Still doable considering the health on Mako. He can dwindle down the numbers. But DRX, they're just not giving him an angle at all. Look at where Bane is tucked away right behind that crate. Already taking a little bit of damage to Rossi, not much at all. Buzz just tagging him up.
Yeah, this is pretty much impossible to win with how they're playing.
Buzz as well, just goes in between the pyramids. Doesn't want to give that long range sideline to the Sheriff. And Bane's ready for the peek out. It's going to be
okay, nicely done from Mako. Manages to get 2 once they push over towards A main here.
Sheriff here on the side of Bane, and a great
shots.
start for the Korean Kings. Yeah, just looked like a really good read here from DRX, kind of expecting this push out from A. Mako's just waiting with open arms. You know, they can see they get 2. They lose Carpe and Izu. A lot of that retake utility taken out of the hands. Had it come to that, didn't really. Saya player not able to find his shots. Rossi in a near impossible situation. Only going to be an investment into that Marshall for Saya.
Yeah, Marshall goes in, and DRX.
He loves those scope guns. Yeah,
DRX, they're doing this. They're allowed 2 deaths.
See if it finds a target though. Now scoping down to allow for his teammates to position for a push up, but that's going to be spotted by Mako. DRX, do they wait for the entire push out? The rest will be pushing into Cave. Continuing with the old FPX current Na'Vi buy with the 3 rifles, 3 Vandals in hand for DRX. That's not the typical buy for DRX either.
Yeah, it might be something that they've been improving on, but it honestly could just be this map. One of the maps where the rifles are like the best.
They're trying to bring this back into Pacific. Curious to see kind of what data they were looking at to rejuvenate this. We'll see if they can make it happen as the Marshall awaits. The drone not going to spot him in time, but the TP in, and it's going to be Izu who gets
Izu gets a tag on the person behind. He picks up a gun. So they gotta. Wait, no, he doesn't. The gun is down there. I thought this is
trying to expand their territory here for DRX in the post plant.
Okay, nicely done. So this was just a ghost then, I guess.
And it's all down to Carpe with only 10 HP. All right, let's see if he can do any more damage. You can see that they're watching for that flank. Izu even TP'd back over there to make sure that this angle was covered. Set up the quintessential DRX crossfires where everybody's on point, knowing what their job is. Now they leave the site, expecting maybe
confirmed ghost now.
One player lurking. See if they can catch it. Yeah, Buzz very low, so if they want to carry over as much as they can, maybe send someone else first, as everyone already took a lot of damage on their armor, and it is going to be stacked.
All right, and that was a nice round from them, and they keep their 3 guns. That's all they care about. Got some armor rebuys, but other than that, very, very nice for DRX. They get the bonus round looking like a gun round, and scary start for them, especially for T1.
Relatively cleanly. Good job there by Bane, taking space early with that TP, catching Saya player in a bad spot. And able to do some good damage. DRX seeing if they can turn this map on its head. It was a pretty even affair for T1 on both sides of the coin on Breeze. 6-6 against Bleed the last time they played it.
They TP over towards spawn as well if they need to. Fast A control. And maybe just orb. Yeah, orb and TP out.
Bane going to be farming those orbs as the orbs do on this particular.
Okay, we go down towards middle for Izu. And 1 TP is out over towards site as well.
Yeah, that was absolutely nuts in the AVL. Just absolutely insane. Never seen so many different dimensions being opened up since Doctor Strange came by, but Boy, oh boy. Don't think Bane's going to get there anytime soon, but of course, orb control and
here's the jump down.
Good nonetheless. Kind of disrespecting the high tide as well. That's 4-6 Skura to hold a far back position.
Yeah, and with the jump down, you kind of know that they're pretty committed, so you'll be tempted to over-rotate into this one. Ed Size just checking it, thinks he's behind the box. Dude, that is the biggest tunnel vision I've ever seen. From one bit of sound cue, him jumping down. Like, I know he checks this, but you gotta check this more. It's actually just not a good play in your first buy round to go clear this.
Been so good for DRX. It's gonna be a couple players from a lot of different directions that DRX is.
Yeah, that was really, really bold.
Like now, though, they're going to move away from elbow, 2 from Link, 1 from the site.
They'll approach the site itself. Cascade to cut off that angle, but it's going to be Bane who tags him a little bit. Forces Xcure to just stand there, wait for another peek out, and look at this, just the ping pong back and forth in the aggro. And DRX looks like they never lost a beat, even with Bane.
That was a nice flash on top of this. Dude, really bad call from T1. So bold to do that. Nicely done from DRX. T1 have to do another eco, and DRX kept a lot of life, so their money is out of control.
And every round that they get, again, keeps Saya player away from that operator. The harder you make that, the better. For a little bit of a
Why would you push into a crossfire when you think that there's a good chance that someone's over towards the right corner, the one that's hard to get to?
From Bane. Nice. And so far, so good for DRX. Just
oh yeah, really nice from them.
Not doing anything too crazy. Just finding some of these aggressive pushes from T1 and eliminating them pretty quick. This high tide gonna maybe try to set up for Carpe.
Yeah, but now it's a dimensional drift. Now he hasn't checked both sides yet. Carpe still hit it, but Buzz is ready for it as they did.
Yeah, and they don't.
Well, so DRX,
maybe they do have an anti-Euro ult. So maybe they just didn't decide to do it in the eco.
The ultimate as well for the cycle for DRX. Dimensional drift now against the eco, and then they'll have other ultimates cycling through in the next couple of rounds. Meanwhile, Foxy 9 on the lurk. I mean, using the eco round to start this type of conditioning is huge as Rossi gets 1 kill from afar. Plants ease it close, but it's still just not enough.
Dude, 4 people surviving?
To try to make
they would love that.
Against DRX.
Almost impossible here. Saya with that Marshall. Yeah.
Trying to get a kill. Easy gets 1. Tries to land the second. Has to readjust. Gets pinged. Waiting for Saya to go for the trades. Spike is taken down, so at this point, just looking to do some damage on the economy of TRX. But look at their creds. They're not going to be too sad one way or another.
Okay, nicely done. 3 people alive, though, and they don't need to rebuy armor. So, straight into this one. Mako 1 away from an ult if he gets a plant into one of these rounds. And T1 with their second buy round. Still, I mean, could be an off, no armor, if he wanted.
Yeah, I like the way that this is set up. It's a good ping out from the dimensional drift, setting up the rest of the team.
Cross-checked with my video, I'm 5 out of 10 Preds this week. There's no way I'm 5 out of 10. How have I got 5 right? It feels like I'm getting everything wrong.
They're being very diligent about watching that ropes entrance to see if another player is going to come through there.
What's saving me? My China predictions or something.
Surprises that has caught them off guard so far was when they lost a player there very early on in this half, but this time around they're looking for it because as T1, you got to be thinking about those deep Mako post-plant setups with those snake bites. This is something he's so well known for, is these lineups he has from that ropes area outside of main. And really tricky to deal with unless you've got flankers.
5 right is the issue, bro. I thought I had 2 right or something. I thought, if you asked me, I thought I'd like 2 out of 10.
So certainly something DRX is already looking to be aware of. How can T1 find a way to break through?
So that early timeout coming out to surely discuss the
okay, timeout for the big buy rounds.
They haven't really been able to take control of any one part of the map.
We get a backup.
Again, something we talked
I mean, honestly, on this map, it might be pretty smart to do that. Backup Outlaw for the jet knives.
The timing where DRX has been 1 step ahead. Looking at the minimap, T1, the answer, trying to take a little bit more control of mid.
Smart. I'm really curious about this Outlaw buy for Buzz. Is this expecting a half armor purchase from T1? In fact, they go full.
I think this is backup.
There is the Bladestorm, of course, as well, which is certainly what Buzz is, you know, as that backup potential that he can use. Here. But looking for that
double short push, and Cypher is kind of expecting something different in terms of short push. Drone goes in towards middle, doesn't check this angle. Do they expect? Oh, this is kind of nice. The Euro goes in, breaks the trip. Wait, they're literally pinging it. They're actually pinging the Cypher could be here. Cypher still gets a kill, even though they were pinging out this spot. Nicely done from Xgrid. Whoa, we got a second there. Yeah, and this guy TP's over towards spawn. Oh, that's unlucky. Big 1v1. Wait, he has no idea he TP'd. Oh my god, he has no idea he TP'd away. Yeah, and Snowplant. Yeah, and it was looking good. Man, Mako getting this extra kill over towards site is the round. How did he do this?
But then they get a little lost in the sauce. You know, Bane reveals his position with some shots that whiff onto Rossi, but Rossi's expecting the aggression towards the bridge angle.
Yeah, they even ping this angle out, so they're expecting this. What is the second kill? Oh my. Okay, that's out. What an absolute shot that was.
It's going to end up, where that gate crash actually landed. You expect it to have gone back to Bane, potentially. That's where they have been going. But he just isn't able to track it. So now you're going to have to use this Viper's Pit to try to control some space. Continued push out towards mid. So the idea is for T1 carrying over from the previous round, but they weren't able to make it work. This round, can they?
Yeah, and DRX, they want to try to see if they can make a pinch happen once again. But this time, T1, they pushed out much earlier in the middle of the map.
And T1 are going very aggro middle. Man, Kape is lucky to be alive here.
One too many people. Going drone just to confirm. DRX, they will just go ahead and show the double peek, force T1 to back off.
Do they check this? Yeah, hard clear.
Aware of it, but he swings right into the crosshairs. There's a gate crash out, still able to hold that.
Yeah, they managed to trade back with this one, the double push, double trade, two pass and push. And again, because they have no sentinels, they feel like they have to start doing stuff like this, where they're just in all of these areas taking duels. And DRX are playing it so well. Just slow, just everyone just holding defaults, just taking their time, let them take some map control, and then late take map control. And the longer they leave it, the longer they have to guess. And Izu's going to get shot in the side again.
He's too distracted by the trap wire.
3v3, he goes aggro searching. Big buy rounds, they go searching on B. Oh my god, they're getting so wrecked. Dude, they look lost.
By every single piece of utility from DRX.
It's masterful. DRX has a great read on this map so far, and Bane using that fake out so well. It looks like
yeah, DRX is sick right now, though. Like, this is the most perfect way to play it, like I'm saying about.
Every step of the way. Rossi, though, sees the back end of Foxy9, tags him up for just a little bit of damage, but has to be saving this gun at this point. The economy is once again in the dumpster.
I got Fnatic, K-Corp, Na'Vi, FPX, and Wolves, right?
To DRX once again. Definitely, we've seen a lot more laughter from them on the stage coming into this season for stage 1. But at this point,
I kind of forgot about the K-Corp game.
And they're pretty much the Batman to T1 right now. T1 is just fighting their own demons, shooting at everything but the players of DRX. They're getting distracted.
I know. You're absolutely right. Well put. Yeah. And after a timeout too, man, it just seems like DRX is so confident right now, able to spread the map so well. Bane looking super comfortable on this Yoru. Util really good. The shots are great too. That helps. Yeah, just
and I understand that they need to go proactive, but I think they can. I think a better way of playing for them is to just like relax a little bit and just do what Gen G did against Sentinels when they slow played. Because it's a similar comp, so it has to do a similar thing to how Gen G play it, where you just wait out the TPs. They're playing slow, they're not doing anything for the first like 20, 30 seconds, so you don't have the TP for that.
See how confident they are. Oh, but look at this. Wow, not checking for Saya on that.
That's nice, though. That's the hero gun going search, and Rossi still has a hero gun as well, over towards site.
The forces of T1 back on the site. However, backup arriving. DRX well aware of this timing. We need to see if there's a reaction, a push out, anything to try to recover the weapon, try to swarm DRX. T1, they've already cleared out.
I mean, everyone's a one-shot here.
That out on the minimap by Xcurate.
Jeez, Buzz.
Might have one.
Aggressive.
Nicely done. Dash out of there as well. That was huge. Sick round from Buzz. Now what happens? 50 seconds? Yeah, and then they're going to cut sound like they could have gone back. They put the wall up, so... I love this, by the way. The position that they just cleared, they go back to it. Rossi has to go above and beyond. Oh, Carpe's killed everyone. 30 seconds. Ult would really help. Ding. Okay, Rossi did great. I like the move from Izu to go over here. And honestly, I still think like DRX did alright. I just think once they got the kill here, they needed to cut sound again. Like I think them cutting sound for like an extra 10 seconds would have created pressure all around the map. Again, it's a no sentinel comp. Like when you cut sound 50 seconds, 40 seconds left, like it's so fine. Yeah, they like cut sound for like what, 3 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, then put the wall up, recon in.
Some nasty shots with Carpe. We know how good he is with that Sheriff. Seen it time and time again.
Yeah, really good angle coverage from T1, like you mentioned. And now, T1 finding some confidence. They'll push out with the dimensional drift.
Oh man, yeah, this combo is just...
Whoa.
Wait, he committed. No way, dude, DRX gets such a big win. Double ult combo and they only got a tag.
I like it. It's a good attempt. Now Stacks has Hunter's Fury of his own.
Wait, that's such a big win.
We're going to see that be more of a post-plan idea for DRX. Typically, but Spirit so far out. Izu going for the lurk.
Yeah, just readjusted his aim for the duel over towards Heaven. Use their own Euro ult back over towards A. Harbor is fully committed in this one. Oh my god. Wait, the flash blue is sick. This guy's doing great on Euro at the moment. Big 2v2.
Drops the spike away from DRX. 40 seconds on the clock. The gate crash to try to create a crossfire, but Rossi might be aware of it. He's up far. He gets one kill.
Double dink. Bam, dude, Rossi's just dueling everyone. Ah man, I felt a bit, because I think Bane did great over towards site. I don't know what the comms were like with the Harbor. It felt like the comms were a bit off on this round. Yeah, maybe that's why the pings are happening. They thought he went here, but he was actually over towards here.
Worked so well for T1 the last time on this map.
But
it's fallen over to them.
It's still a nice one. Yoru's did a lot.
He didn't quite expect someone to be coming under his nose that quickly. Rossi clean with those 2 kills. Nice angle held by Izu, not over-aggressing on it. Interesting, you know, is this old school DRX on Breeze, right? You grab the op.
Dude, early timeout. Oh my god. Early timeout. What is this? Who is this team?
For those post plants.
They lose 2 in a row and they time out. 6-2 up.
Still want Buzz to, of course, break open the site. Curious to see, you know, Stacks is opping. How does it fare against the likes of Buzz or Zest? But maybe we won't get to find out at all, as, of course, now T1 will have the operator on their side. A timeout from DRX. Of course, with Termi in the jersey.
The biggest change of the year.
Quite frankly, it really is. Forget all the roster changes. Yay to Pacific. Yeah, that was pretty cool for a while. But Termi, not in a suit. Just
shocking the world. Yeah.
I mean, it really just does feel awkward, doesn't it?
It does. It feels off. It's been so long seeing him in those suits. But you know what? Hey, they're winning, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But now, gonna have to be a bit of a change up for DRX after their timeout.
Let's get set up.
Some of this more disciplined play here from
and
T1.
DRX in the timeout decide to just change their pace, right? And going relatively slow, then now they just decide to just do a straight up B here. Oops. Wait, is that going to cost him? Yeah, that's going to cost him. Oh my goodness.
Gets both trying to anchor down on the site. Izu, he's providing backup, but he might just be a little too late. He has to stay alive all alone. Goes for the flashes to buy time. Finds a third. He is able to get that kill.
What are these flashes?
2 members left alive.
They're incredible.
We still don't know about Mako's position, but Izu might be well aware.
Whoa, and he gets out of there. That was impressive, bro. Fair play. Those flashes were so nice. One off the wall at the top that went high, the one on the floor that goes high as well.
T1's rookie trying to bring home this round. Can Foxy 9 answer back?
Tough situation for him. Right over there. Sees the head.
Oh, you see.
Sees the head. He finally notices it. A little bit shaky, but will secure the kill, not taking too much damage.
There's a trip behind.
Still just not quite sure. Did this Euro leave? Is he back? So many angles.
This guy
to
window
check.
C spying.
Saya will make
So
the
now
call
what?
if Foxy9 ever crosses over.
Oh.
Foxy9 finds him at long range. Saya's just
Big
not looking for
1v3.
him. Perhaps looking around, trying to clear the other side of the pillar. And now Izu, the mind games. It's already been 20 extra
65
seconds.
HP?
Is
Dude, he might
Foxy9
expect
well
this.
aware of
Yeah,
the
he's expecting
possibility?
this.
There's a cyber cage. He taps it. But Izu's just going to wait. He's going to start to push forward. Gate crash used. Is it going to be a fake? Is it going to be a TP? The mind games are on board. He's actually going to TP over Foxy9. He's trying to read that it's a fake. He's trying to clear all the possibilities now that he knows it's not the peak, but Izu will
What
get
the
a
hell is this round from this kid?
And
That's
the rookie
nuts,
shines
man.
once again for T1. As he
Dude,
brings
I
over
feel a bit
third round,
bad for
looking the
Foxy9 because he
operator
did
first.
insanely well to
That
actually
is
make
what
this
an
one a
insanely
doable
brilliant
round, but
round
that
here.
is...
Able to then settle down, get his dimensional drift online off of this.
Yeah, that was
defuse
a
as
very
well.
impressive
This
round.
4K is Izu bailing T1 out. Great setup with the gate crash off the rip. It was a 3-man push towards A main,
Oof.
and he's able to just be there in case it is a full-on B hit. It was. Buzz does a good job getting
Yeah,
up on top
solo-
of the getting some big kills, but
Solo play saves
at
him
the
a
end of the
little
day,
bit.
Izu's just too much
3 in a
for DRX
row.
to handle, using that gate
That wasn't too
gate crash
convincing
so
from what I
well
saw, though.
towards the end of that round, keeping Foxy9 guessing, getting in his head just enough, able to find that all-important final kill and win. Foxy looked like he might be able to sneak one away. It's been pretty nuts, but now you got a bit of a weaker buy. Finally for DRX, the cash reserves have
All
run
people
out.
are here for the duel. We get a
The operator
9-person
set up
duel
on
in
A
A main.
once again, a jump peek. He
Oh.
gets spotted, he dashes
Oh
forward,
no, the
moving
vision.
his
Oh
body
boy.
blocked by his
They
own
got to at
teammate,
least
but
trade
Izu
out
will
heavy.
go for the
Okay,
trade.
it's
Tries to
fine, it's
stabilize
fine.
this round. They have to win it out. If
The
anything,
dash
for Saya,
block,
and they
dude,
will.
imagine the
And
dash
they
block
should be
didn't
able
pay
to
off.
recover the operator.
Holy, the body
My
block, man.
goodness, I've never been more scared
If
for a
Izu doesn't
player
get those kills here,
during a
that could
cast.
snowball into some kind of
'Cause
argument,
that
but at
is
least they
some-
followed through and
I
just
mean,
went
that's
for
a
it.
moment I think we
He
can
also
all
missed his
relate
dash, so I'm
Yeah,
not sure you can be
but,
too angry.
That was a nasty shot he hit first, but then, yeah, the follow-up, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, all is well that's done well, so they'll get the round victory. They'll recover the operator. Izu doesn't let
Man,
go, doesn't
Izu
get
is-
shaken up by the body block, knows what the mission
He
is.
did
is
damage to
finish the
both of
round.
those as well.
It's a good read from T1 nonetheless.
Yeah, these are these contact plays that T1 is happy to take, especially now with an op in
And we've
hand.
seen this before.
Good combo there with the utility. But DRX just pushing the pace.
Yeah, they're just going to go for the 5-man push once again into the site with the
Bro,
blade.
Molly. Frosty's getting so wrecked on site. Oh my. Whoa. Bro, he legged him there. He legged him and then finished him off with the shorty. That was fair play. He hit an absolute shot.
Rifles versus the 2 members of T1.
Still, nice hit. I think Rossi might talk about the fact that he's getting wrecked here and have to move over towards the other side.
Cover the spike in the back sight.
Hit really trying to deny this. DRX, they just want to continue the lead here in the first half. Want to expand it all the way up to 7.
Wow, I would have been tempted to go for that, I'm not gonna lie.
Views to try to get at least to the half. It's not right in the pitch just yet. They're right outside of it. They're not quite sure of it. They're checking for the spam. and
No
he actually gets the
way, bro.
defuse.
No way.
DRX.
Someone's got to check that.
A crucial mistake. Trusting their utility just a bit too much.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, that's a heartbreaker.
Did they
DRX
not
does so
hit
many
the?
good things here.
Did they not
Buzz
hit
with
the
phenomenal
cove?
entry with the Blade Storm. They're able to
The
hit
molly
just
stops.
not quite
No
there from
bullet
Mako.
hit.
Rare mistake from the steady controller for DRX.
Bro, that was.
I thought his timing on that.
That is
Viper's was
horrendous.
great.
How
He waited
how have they
until the
lost
drone
that?
came out to put it down.
There's
The
no
drone was
way. I
had
would
a
be
good
losing
counters
my
and got left in the bag
absolute
there for T1.
mind if this was my team.
Just the
Ow.
slimmest of
He's
margins.
tanking a molly
Rounds.
all the way
See why
down
right
and
there,
no
dimensional
one
drift
hits a
for
bullet or
Izu.
no one runs in
I'm
when
like
there's
immediately
4 of
looking at him
you.
like, is there another Hunter's Fury available for Carve? Not yet.
Not yet, but he spots pretty much everybody here from DRX. He wants to challenge Foxy9. Shuts him down, rookie for rookie. Saya player
get out of
blades
there,
storm
boss.
out. He needs to stay
Oh my
alive.
God.
The dash
Whoa.
out for
Wow.
Buzz. And Saya says, sit right back down
Oh.
on the ground. As we see Bane now trying
Holy
to chase
hell,
forward.
what's going on
He's
this
the
round?
drone for Stacks as he
Whoa.
gets 2 kills. That's the 3rd for the round. Izu now back from mid. Needs to wait for Rossi, but he's going to try to hold on to the site all on his lonesome. He's done it before, but it's 3 members.
You would
Rossi
think
now
the
arriving
Stacks
on the
gets
site.
this kill.
Izu, it's baited by the decoy.
He's aiming
Just
pretty
missed.
low.
Stacks through the
Okay.
reload, but it's just
What a
finishing in
round.
time. And now all 3 members of DRX will be set up for the post plant in A main.
Oh, I just
Tag
scanned him
already
as well.
for Izu, the crowd chanting for the IGL to get his moment in the spotlight.
Oh, God.
And oh, goodness, it is the last round of the half. He'll try to find him.
Hey, this
He knows
kid's
he's
good on
TP,
Yoru, though.
and
Fair
Izu
play.
just staying alive. The round surely lost. There's
This
the
kid's
snake
really
bite
good
to
on Yoru.
secure it.
And
a 7-5
right.
lead at the half.
5-7. I think it's a very
Well, it
good
looked like
comeback
it
from
was gonna be all
T1.
DRX,
DRX should still
but
be happy.
streakiness
7 against
continues on
no
Breeze for
Sentinel,
T1.
though. It's pretty
It's like we saw
expected.
against Fleet, but it's so back and forth. I mean, in some ways, like even some of these rounds,
you would want to
feel
get at
like
least 7.
one team's got it, and then somebody has a hero play like Izu or Stax, and it's a completely different affair. So, not the showing I want from Saya player. The op didn't feel
Man, that was so fun to watch
as
this half.
impactful as I was kind of expecting, but it was so aggressive from T1.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even in that last round, you know, Izu going out for the solo kill, Saya still trying to hold on to A main. Lots of flashiness, lots of individual play. And at the end of the day, the impact's not found early enough, and that really seems to be the theme for the matches tonight.
Yeah, I mean, and DRX just really confident in their executes and stuff, getting these plants down, which they did pretty reasonably well. Some of those post plants were able to be disrupted. Some pretty good play from the side of T1. You know, that Yoru in particular, Izu looking really comfortable on it. I like the deepness we're seeing. The gate crashers were all over the place, and they were causing DRX some serious fits. Some interesting choices with the dimensional drift, and I mean that in a good way.
Pretty much the same buy for everyone.
You know, using it to set up Carpe for the 100 Fury, yeah, it doesn't work, but I like the idea. Stuff like that. Got to dig a little bit deep here against
In terms
DRX.
of the pistols, 1-0.
You know, as much as things change, again, things stay the same with them. They're still very good with their protocols, with their discipline. Post plants in particular, very difficult to deal with at times. Other than maybe one small mistake with the utility, might be 8.
Ali AWOL is invested.
Sure. Yeah, that round. I mean, really allowed T1 to try to
And
stay in
what
the
is
fight.
this?
But now on the pistol, can they take the initiative on the attack? It's going to be a sheriff for Rossi on that Viper. So just
Shock
a toss
dart.
screen on a
Shock
default
dart out.
on A
Breaks the trip.
to try to start some conditioning as they
Cross
creep
map
towards
shock dart
mid.
from here.
T1
I think
opening
it's
up the
this,
map
something like this.
very wide from the get-go here in the second half. Spike's still waiting
So
for
that's
them
the
in
info.
spawn.
Trip over towards
Reaction
B
from
gone.
DRX, but they haven't
All
been just
blocks
yet.
AMP, and that blocks vision
This is
from
high
sight,
time
and
set
especially
up
the camera that is
Just
looking
a
for this.
held position from Saya to cut off any rotates. But right now, actually, the Spike's still all the way in spawn for T1. We're just going to be
Whoa.
holding back.
Yeah,
Rossi
we
takes a
minimap
lot of
watching.
damage.
Yeah, that's a big one. Rossi down to 20. Now has to go back, picks up the spike for his team. And while they've taken over mid, they haven't really been able to
And how on
take
top
any
of
further
this is-
position. And Carpe
Look at this
just
timing.
barely going to miss Mako coming out. Mako, does he have a sense here
Look at this
of
timing.
this timing? Neither of them quite wary of each other's position.
Are they
Meanwhile,
checking each
T1
other?
Still on elbow by B. Carpe, he watches for it, he finds him, and now
Oh,
both of them
man,
aware.
weird
However,
rounds.
it's a pinch against Carpe. So he's now stuck in A main. The main forces of T1 now down to 30 seconds. They just have not been able to
And
expand
Bane
their
is in a
territory
really
here
good
from
spot
mid.
to
So the cut
spot
boys
this, and then
creep
Foxy
toward
can play.
From tunnel. It's going to be a
DRX
dash
have a
in.
good
Check for
crossfire.
Bane, but they haven't cleared Foxy 9 just yet. He's only good for one. Izu, gate crash all the way into the
Oh,
site. He'll get
no
a double.
way, this
Opens up
Izu
the site
guy
for his
on
team.
Yoru
Xcuret
is looking
can't finish
great.
that kill,
Xcuret,
but Stax
not
all the way down.
the same
10
there.
HP.
Easy
with a
finishes him
third
off.
as well.
Some very low
rookie
HPs,
from
20 and
T1.
40. Carpe, the only
Trying to
person with
claim his
HP,
place
might be able to get a kill in the
stage
side
one
here.
as he gets a fourth.
Oh,
Can
he goes
get
down,
the
both
ace
low
now this
HPs.
time? The crowd chanting for it once again.
Damn, this
And it's the
kid
ace
is
for
so
Izu,
good on Yoru.
The future prospect of T1.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he's great.
Izu showing that potential that we've been hearing about right now on Breeze. 17 and 10, keeping T1 in this match through insane plays. Able to get the better of Foxy. The follow-up on a Bane. Bane had no idea where that gate crash went. I don't think many would expect it to be right back on the site like that.
Yeah, he's just everywhere.
And he's right in your face. So these tricky Yoru plays working a treat right
Okay,
now for T1.
1-1 in terms of the
You give him
pistols.
something where he can get aggressive, of course. Used to be a duelist
Marshall
main
out.
himself. Gets that confidence right back. Had a shaky start to stage one last week. But he's back in form. 17, 10, and 2. Helping lead
No Yoru
T1
flash to take this one.
try
Is
to
it just
overtake DRX.
recon and then...
Got Carpe watching out for him. He's
Win.
trying to back out. Takes a couple hits. It's going to be trades back and forth. And Bane get more for his troubles.
I was curious if DRX was going to try some kind of forced push off the back of that tap. They waited a little bit. Look where Rossi's got.
Damn, he hurts so much.
DRX is aware of this, though. They
That's a
just
gun.
swarm him all the way
Oh,
on
they
the
might have
bridge.
messed up.
Bulldog picked up. Saya player, he has to defend the spot. He has to
Oh,
stay alive. It's
recovery.
no scope at range. Back scoped in. The Bulldog comes out. And it's going to be Saya
Recovery
player
is
putting
here,
down
and he can pick up the
stacks as well.
Bulldog as well. So
Only one
it
remaining
did get a
member
little bit
of
crazy with
DRX
that,
on
but
this eco round.
Saya so good. Those no scopes right on point. Foxy spotted at range, takes some damage, thinks better of it. See if he can find a better angle to get a kill. Maybe just a tag on a Carpe. Carpe just bounce it around.
Oh yeah, just buying time for
it turned out to be pretty good for
T1.
T1. Did get scary though. They saved all of the guns they needed to save, and they can buy another gun on top of this.
Have a make or break round now. For DRX, in some ways, it feels like it's been rough. Defenders half so far. Now, sure, some of that came on the back of a hero play from Izu, but Saya, no slouch. That Marshall. See it time and time again. Now we get to really see how deep the T1 playbook is.
With a Yoru ult as well.
Like
Okay, let's see what their Yoru ult strats are like.
DRX had full rifles in this round.
What are they going for?
Mostly
TP over towards middle, might flash himself to take this TP.
Guardian as well. Damage can be done. Easy with an
Wall
ultimate
block.
already.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Double
right? The
wall block. So you
drift.
block vision of this guy
Create the space
short.
that T1 needs.
Then you walk up
Once again, the
close.
same
Again,
default
trying to make
has
sure
some
that they
pistols.
create
Vision
pressure
come
over
into
towards
play.
mid
Trying to
with
push
this
Stacks
camera
to
here,
drone.
because they must be
And a
using this
check
camera all
under
the
from
time.
Stacks. Not
Oh,
quite
and then
aware of
Stacks
how
thinks
this
he's
high
cleared
drive's
it.
been used
Camera doesn't
by
spot.
T1. Saya
And then he
knows
just
he
takes
has
the
an
timing.
opening. He's
Wait,
got a
did the
timing.
camera spot?
Does he see it? But it's
Camera had to
suspect
have spot
out
here.
for
Yeah, look at the
Stacks.
pings.
Still suspects it and baits Saya player right back into his bombs.
There was a fake TP in there, I believe, by Izu as well. They were trying to buy someone to come out that door, trying to bait him, but Stacks too aware.
This,
Really smart
this wall's
stuff from
pretty
the
cool.
IGL from
There's the
DRX.
same thing over towards here, but you have like a lurk
not
wall
easy
on
to
A
read.
main, so you
The way
never
that
feel
T1 set that
comfortable
up.
holding A main.
Yeah, all
That's
on his
pretty-
Wilson
that's
as
pretty
well.
sick.
So now T1, not too many options. Trying to
It does
consider
give you
if
this
wanna
cubby
use
though
the
to play on
dimensional drift or
defense.
not.
That's the issue.
Trying to get some information, but he's way too out in the open. A bit of a Hail Mary there with the decoy. And now everybody
Jewel on
getting
site
spotted.
coming
His
up
dribble
here.
still thin the
Great
numbers, but that
move
Cloud
back
Burst
from Buzz.
has an
He
opening,
gets
and
recon,
Buzz
he
will use it
has,
to
he's
perfection.
positioned here, and then he
Trying to
repositions
do
back
just
to
a bit more
site.
damage. If he can take down
Yeah,
Buzz,
and at the moment he just needs to do
down
damage.
to
It's still a bonus.
35 HP, 3 bullets left. That would be
Okay.
enough for some
Is it enough
happiness on the
damage?
side of T1,
Yeah.
but
2
DRX
and an
will
armory buy.
stabilize with 3 Vandals carried over.
Yeah, it's really just good reading of the situation by DRX. Still good damage done.
Yeah, I mean, DRX did great. Camera stopped this,
part of these rounds.
and then
Curious to see if that's something they're going to address, if they're going
I mean,
to keep
just
letting
the camera kill just kind of
overextend in
dropped
those
everything in my
scenarios.
books.
Good play here from Buzz. Carpe trying to sneak up next to Buzz, maybe expecting him to, after getting pinged by some damage, for Buzz to go back further. Instead, Buzz to be holding that angle. High camera now.
And DRX, with how aware this guy was in middle, decided to change up.
Fast push, but the pop flash, he's
Whoa.
looking down at the ground, and Saya antes it as well as he sees the
Yeah, do
enemies
they
come
expect
through.
Silver over
The
towards
calls are
here?
coming in.
They
know
wall
that the site
block,
has been
create the
opened
pressure
up,
like they would
and
be
now they're
going
just
here, and
gonna
they go over
for the
towards
A
site. 2
Dimensional
kill
drift to
trips,
make
no
sure
one
they
in
clear
position
it.
to kill
We
it.
know
Very
that
nice
they've
calling
drawn
for
away the
T1.
positions
The
away
big
from
money round that
DRX.
resets.
DRX one to react.
Yeah, and DRX
One
might
attack
want to
like that.
save this.
Site
It's a weird
is cleared.
situation.
Bycam
Because
noted.
saving
Trips
could make
cleared,
sense because
and
they'd be able to
spike
buy into
planted
this next
for
one.
T1.
Yeah,
They also
DRX
want to do
finds
damage,
time to
so
save. So they can definitely go for this retake. Not much in the way of abilities. Really
hard
get it
call to
done.
make this
Some
one.
good
Like the most perfect
volleys,
round
but
T1
that's
could have
about
won.
it. So it's gonna have to be some good shooting.
I do at least like the
Start
small
breaking
good signs
this
here for
open if they
DRX,
decide
right?
to go for it.
Camera
They're
spot
gonna
over
back out.
towards
They are
here,
gonna just
so they
choose for the
decide
save. I
to
mean,
do their
just too much
switch
space
instead of
they
their
would have to
normal
regain, it
default,
seems.
not expecting
So while the
the
economy okay,
Cypher over
they weren't
towards
sure
A.
of alerts. They will find next curate, so that's good information to stack on for future rounds. But
Yeah.
DRX, happy to say that the time was not on our side. We will play it safe, just let it tie up 8-8, try to recover in the next round of round 17.
Yeah, again, the mid control tried to be addressed by DRX, but instead, it's T1 who gets the better of them. Saya just
Wait,
outplaying.
Money Mariko.
So
Holy hell, bro.
Stacks
Thank you for the
doesn't hit
bits,
one
man.
round, the next round
Dude, I
he's
almost
ready to
missed
just
that as
turn it right
well.
back on its head.
Mother Bard, you
That's
replied
basically
to it.
round
That's the
over.
only
At that
reason I
point,
saw
Dimensional
that.
drift into the site.
Shout out to you as well.
Away you
Money
go for
Mariko,
T1,
thank you.
so
Thank you for the bits, man.
Continued to have really strong mid pushes. DRX maybe left scratching their heads a little bit. Gonna keep Foxy
Don't say
over
that.
on the A side once again.
Don't be
Maybe
can't be
Mako
believing in the teams that I'm getting for my pick'ems, man.
against against some of those T1
I'm getting
players
everything wrong here.
potentially. We'll see exactly how it looks. But it looks like some kind of
I appreciate you, man.
early,
Thank you for the bits.
You could send that gate crash over to the other side by Izu. Just looking to clear some wires potentially. Or if there's any aggressive push, maybe catching a player
DRX going for the exact same play, this time with a drone. Honestly, there might have been a drone before. I'm not entirely sure.
Now, they are fairly well aware, but there's a great angle held by Isu, but it's still going to be a one-for-one trade.
I mean,
Not
Yori
quite
for
ready
Yori.
for the second. Now DRX getting a better idea of what this default setup was. They're going to start to pull
I guess
back.
they have a good read that if they go aggro push over
rotation
towards
back
short,
over
that
to
Cypher
B.
is over towards A, so they want to
Contact
avoid
at
the
the
Cypher
right
setup. They
main
just
from
call
the
to
Ultor
insta
on
hit
the
over
A
towards
side.
B. They still have
T1 if
drone.
they want to. They can force their way
Problem
into the
is,
site.
Wolf's not committed, so this
Buzz
is
will
actually
have
going to be
try
a
to get
struggle.
cheeky
I've
shot
got Harbor
before he
though,
has to
so
relocate.
gives them the freedom.
Gonna be tough.
Harbor wall off, and then
These two
just
players on site. High Tide cutting Buzz off.
Good luck to
Right
Stacks.
He pushes in. He's trying to find a timing, and he sprays
He
down
did
for
great.
one, but it stops them all together, and they're going to have to swarm through the poison cloud. Buzz, he's surrounded, can't quite land.
Yeah, Buzz had to somehow get one.
To finish it off and dwindle the numbers.
Ooh.
Now Mako already on site. He
Whoa,
finds one Messiah
1
player
HP.
with 1
That's
HP.
unlucky
He's
for
able to
Mako.
swing out. Now
Feel bad from there.
3v1. Fox C9, the spike hasn't been planted just yet. Notices the jet dropping down behind the wall. Does he check for Excurate behind the box? He has his eyes trained on main and doesn't look like it. He's not thinking about it. Excurate finds him. That's another point back towards another reckoning.
And
T1 will finally
T1,
lead in this
3
map.
people surviving, money's getting good. They got knives as well. If they want to drop the gun across, or they could just keep it, who knows. And the good news is they got knives, so this low buy isn't going to be too bad for DRX.
Recognizes that he's in a, unwinnable position. So just has to go for what he can, gets the kill, and then Buzz is stuck in a bad position there. On top of that reckoning, good utilization of that ult to take space. Cutting DRX players off one by one. Great utilization of that High Tide as well to divide that site in half, make it really difficult for DRX to really combine their fire, get any more than one and done. So TRX, the game plan here.
Yeah, and they've hit the right site here.
Really, really good. This time expecting a little bit more free space with this eco.
Let's see what this retake's like. Surely Stacks doesn't all into it. A lot of this is around Buzz. They at least have some sheriffs. Mako has nothing, man. He's got a classic and some mollies. Wait, no map control? Wait, they're pushing against ecos? Oh no. Oh boy. I'm nervous for him. Okay, they win the jaws out. It's all good. Yeah, they realize they hadn't got map control and they have no information in terms of Sentinel, right? So they think, well, most likely they're probably pushing behind us. We've got to take some map control. And they push over towards spawn. So the call isn't like bad by any means. It's very risky against an eco.
As well as Buzz dashes right into his death. Foxy 9, again the last one alive.
But yeah, they're just doing it because they have no Sentinel, no info.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean,
a couple of B hits in a row. Does that mean with this big buy round they want to change it up?
Aggressive play that they're showing, using that util towards arches.
Let's see.
Sure that it's
everyone was heading over towards A, but now everyone's going back towards B.
Yeah, Buzz got one, but now you're going to get into the operator for Buzz. This will be the round where DRX starts to turn it on its head, just like we saw with T1. Kind of a little bit later into the half than you probably like as a DRX player, but definitely still opportunity to do some damage, but it probably has to start in this round as the cash becomes pretty low. Find yourself on another eco. Meanwhile, it's basically full buys for T1 across the board. Bladestorm for Saya, but not really going to be that important for a couple rounds, most likely.
Boy, it's a fast hit again, right above the trap wire as well.
Good luck.
Foxy 9 just trying to stay alive. You do have the backup from main, but he's been spotted around the
Oh my god. Yeah, and this ult needs to get someone.
They swarm on either side of the wall. Backside clear, sight broken open.
This attack half is looking
and DRX once again,
really brutal, and we've got a double luck, really. All short control. Got a good plant for B main. We've got a TP back to B main that the Yoru takes. The plant's good for him, and we've got double luck. Do they even expect a Viper in this corner? Viper needs to relax. Rossi might be W king too much here.
It's still spotted though on that peak from Mako. Meanwhile, we're going to see Buzz. He finds the shot onto Rossi. Now a 2v2. The op's still online.
Yeah, they really messed this one up. They all got too eager.
41 HP. He wants to isolate the fight. He gets one. He knows that Buzz has the op. Trying to go for the dash.
Holy hell, yeah. He tried to go for a play because he had the op. Yeah, wanted him to miss the shot, but Buzz manages to hit it. It was bold considering the time was low. I think he got to just play like smoke, dash away maybe, but I understand why he did it. Dude, everyone else made the mistake here. That's the thing. Like,
very
I can see a lot of people here will probably look at Sire and be like, what is this play? It's not too bad against an op. Obviously, should have played time, but Rossi and Izu both misplayed this. They got too eager.
Stacks opening things up. Good tracking. That's a good kill for Buzz.
Saya, I mean, just trying to play the mind games, doesn't want to wait for Buzz to take the
DRX
initiative.
needs to try and string 2 in a row because this money would pretty much be the map
DRX
done.
catching back up to 9. The op in Saya player's hands this time, waiting for the peek out from Buzz.
Hey, bro. Dude, I only saw it again because Motherbar did it. Money Mariko, man, relax yourself. You crazy guy. Thank you for the bits, bro.
Nice and calm.
Carpe just looking to see if there's going to be any aggression. Maybe he can find that off angle or at least set up the trade for Saya, but Buzz with tremendous discipline. Not going to be giving that over. A high tide towards B, looking to try to sell a fake. They've been using these high tides for these B executes, but it's a pretty different one. It just cuts off Foxy's corner. It doesn't really fool DRX too much. There's a gate crash sent over just in case.
Oh boy, he's approaching.
Cool. Flash in.
Both sides approaching. They feel like it's been enough.
Damn, full blind shot.
Off of the flash. He goes for the blind shot. Takes
this
down
guy is
DRX
so wrecked.
And there's
Nicely done from Saya. Relax yourself, bro. Everyone's a lunatic in the server. Everyone loves W King so much right now. He's not ulting close. Oh, God. Man, Izu goes for some of the maddest ult plays we've seen. And DRX gets fully reset money-wise. Fully
play from Saya
reset.
to open this up. I mean,
No money on this one. Unless they mess up, this gets to 12. You would imagine no knives or anything.
And he hit the shot, and then he comes in with a Blade Storm right off the back of that, followed up by the Dimensional Drift to account for Mako.
They decided to go for the aggro play. He hits the blind shot.
Combo play here from T1, so good. And you can see why they've opted to lead into this map again. Their coordination on this attacker's side has been tremendous.
Just a really impressive showing, and one of the reasons that a lot of people compare T1 as this mix of PaperX and DRX is because of things like that, where they're able to mimic PaperX in terms of just upping the tempo the moment you get an opportunity, right? Saya doesn't lose a single beat as he activates the Blade Storm, dashes forward, and opens up the site, knowing that DRX is in disarray. Izu, it's definitely been an absolute nerve-wracking map for him. Tries to regain some focus and control, but this is going to be the timeout from DRX.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious to see, if they're maybe going to try to.
Okay, full eco. Pretty much got to accept that this is 12. T1 would have to do a big mess up for this one.
I think I'd rather have a rifle there.
It is nice having the harbor. Like, I don't think the harbor is great for overall play, other than like the fact that, especially on defense, I don't think it's great. But I tell you what, the actual like freedom you can have of being able to just have pressure on A but be able to go B with walls is nice. Drop goes in, breaks the trip. Yeah, a little bit of pressure over towards here. Wall pressure, obviously. The reason that this guy is he going to drone? Okay. I was going to say, the reason that he goes close to drone here is the drone from this corner can clear like deep this corner. That's why you see people droning here. It might look a little bit risky. Wait. Oh boy. Oh, he's got a shorty, and this is what it's for. Okay, gets a gun. Does he get out of there? No, it doesn't get out of there. It's a nice play on the eco, though. Is it worth for this ult on defense? Yeah, for sure. Takes the Viper down. Less pressure over towards A. They might group with B with us. Honestly, I don't mind that.
The two members, Foxy9 and Buzz, they can keep their focus.
If he had got out of there, got the gun, got out of there.
Well, it kind of worked. I mean, you got the kill, but
hey, he got his 1-for-1, I guess.
Yeah.
Pape still has drone, still has ult.
Are we grasping at enough straws here?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, I don't know if I would have rather had that ult for a different round when you have guns. Maybe that's the only thing I'm thinking.
30 seconds left.
Foxy9, he's got an opportunity.
Whoa, we walk out.
He sees the barrel, but he actually misses a shot through the poison cloud. A bit mismanaged on the length of the Vandal. Wasn't able to hit the headshot. And now surely DRX perhaps reconsidering that dimensional drift, as we're not going to find an opportunity. Mako will try to pick up a weapon, see what he can do with it. Is he going to go for a save? It might be, but he might not even give.
He saw his gun. Good to spam it.
Yeah. Sees the jet.
Doesn't want to give it away. Just like it could be one of those awkward spams. Sometimes it gets pretty awkward. He just wants to secure one.
Sees the gun barrel. Saya
Oh.
trying to just peek out off of that. Mako having a little fun. Time ticking down, though, so Mako will just wait to see if he can take away all the weapons on the side of T1. Another down, but Excurit finally.
It doesn't really matter about the kills in terms of the damage here. Like, money's just really, really good. 3 chances to end this.
Damage in it, but it's a Pyrrhic victory for DRX. 1 round away from dropping this Breeze map after a blistering start. Again, Vayne able to find that one, but you know, Foxy just wasn't quite able to find that. He had the opportunity. Excurit barely good for it. Actually, he got dinked in there. He's letting Mako know.
Yeah, they got a lot of ults to secure this. 2 ults to get on the site, 1 to win the afterplant.
The taunts coming out online. The ultimates, a lot of them online for T1. Looks like they might look to pick up the tempo.
Yeah, and we go drone claws. Shot does hit, but doesn't kill. Ult goes in. No way. Mako finished him off with a molly. Dude, he got 2. Big jewel. Oh, that's the jewel for the round. Lunatic. He's a lunatic, but honestly, he's got 25 kills. You keep doing you, bro. You keep doing you. He's fun to watch on Yoru. Really, really impressive. From 6-0 to 13-9. Very nice.
Leads 1-0 against DRX.
And that's the bounce back you need after a tough
big bounce back.
for T1.
It was a good map. It was a very strong attack half. Dude, this guy's Yoru is very strong. One of the better ones we've seen.